It's the most wonderful time of the year. Spring bear hunting, baby. We're going to Manitoba. Just left the house at a little before 6 a.m. It's about a 12-hour drive, including the time it takes to get through the border and stop for gas a couple times. And man, have I been looking forward to this. I've been shooting my bow every day, feeling pretty confident in that. Got all packed up, and this is going to be kind of a whirlwind tour because, man, I got a lot going on. It's tough for me to get away during May, but it is May 18th, and my hunt starts tomorrow with Canadian Wilderness Outfitters. And I've hunted there before, as you know. I'm sure you've seen them, the hunts, and pretty excited to hunt with Scott Smith again. And the cool thing is I got several of the viewers of this channel that are going to be in camp that week with me. And so that's a lot of fun. I'm hoping that a couple of them will decide they're willing to video their hunts and I can bring that to you. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I got a long haul here, and we'll catch up to you in a little bit. I got about an hour from home and I realized I forgot my thermocell. Well, who forgets a thermocell on a spring bear hunt? What in the world? And it's only like I've got about 7 or 8 of them. Well, now I have one more because I stopped at Walmart and bought one so I wouldn't have to turn around and go home. That's frustrating. Well, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I decided it was a good place and time here to get out and stretch my legs a little bit. I'm on the shores of Lake Manitoba. I've got about an hour to go to get to Dauphin, and then about 2 hours more to go from there, I think, to get to Minitonas, the nearest small town to the bear camp I'm going to. And it's cold. It was 29 degrees when I left home, and at noon it was still 30 degrees, and it's probably in the lower 40s right now. Although the cloud cover is breaking up, I can see some blue skies to the south there. It feels good to stretch my legs and get a little fresh air here. You know, one of the things I do on these long drives is think. And I think about a lot of things, but of course on this trip, one of the most important things I'm thinking about is, what do I want to get out of this trip? I tell you, I'm not really sure. You know, I think I'm more here about the experience. I do want to shoot a bear. I want the bear meat, and I've been promising people that I'm going to do videos on how to butcher a bear. People have been asking for that a lot, and I also need a bear shot for Brian Johnson's seminar at the bear show, where he wants to do some exact information and video about bear anatomy, where he'd like me to shoot a bear, take video of the entrance and exit wounds, and open up the bear and take video of the vitals that were hit, and so he can explain all the information about where the ribs are in relation to where the lungs and heart and everything are. So I want to do that too. As far as a big bear or a color phase bear, you know, I guess I'll know it when I see it. I say that a lot these days because I've shot so many bears that I don't have anything I really want. I've killed Boone and Crockett's, and I killed all the colors, so I guess I would like to someday upgrade my cinnamon bear. It's a pretty small one that I shot quite a few years ago. I'd definitely like to get a little bit better cinnamon bear to go with my 4 bears of the Grand Slam. But I'm not going to put any pressure on Scott to find me a specific bear or anything like that. I'm really just going to enjoy the spring bear hunt, and this weather is supposed to warm up a little bit through the week, although it's going to be pretty chilly sitting in the evenings, so I came prepared for that. Where Scott's guide service area is at is right on the north edge of the Duck Mountains, and he's got baits both in the ducks and in the farmland that is basically out to the north, and there's scattered timber in the farmland, and there's some big bears and there's color phase bears out there too. Anyway, we will see. It will take something really special for me to choose to shoot a bear on the first night, but I do have to go home pretty early this time. But I start hunting on Monday, tomorrow night, and I probably got to leave Thursday if I have a bear, because I got a lot to do at home. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for tagging along. I hope you enjoy this.
And then the firearm second. That is getting you down at night, regardless if you harvest the animal or not. The use of a head.
Do you agree? This arrow has experience. I like shooting an arrow with experience. Well, it's day one here in the Duck Mountains. Spring bear hunting. Awesome. It is cold and windy. I'm really glad I'm layered up because it froze last night, pretty frosty this morning, and it's going to get cold again tonight. Right now, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's about 40, upper 40s, and a pretty strong wind, but this wind is supposed to die down. I'm on the far north end of the Duck Mountains, and I've got a really nice area right here. It's pretty thick around here. Got a little creek running right below me here. This bait has been hit really hard. It's been hit a lot, and weather's been all over the map up here, just as it has been in the upper Midwest. It had rain and snow, and it had 90 degrees, and it's been kind of crazy, but the baits are kind of settling down to where the bears are coming pretty regular. I don't expect a lot of activity here in this wind, but it's supposed to lay down in the evening, so we're hoping for the best. The wind is strong, but it's almost directly from the bait to me. I'm ready for it to die down because it's blowing and it's cold too. We'll see what the evening brings. It's a long sit because it doesn't get dark until after 10 o'clock, so that's 7 and over 7 hours from now. That's a long time. 225, maybe 250-pound male, 4 or 5-year-old bear. That's the second bear I've seen tonight. The first one was off to my right, and all of a sudden I heard a noise and just went on a dead run through the brush and just out of sight. And I don't know what spooked it. It was about a half an hour ago. And then about a half an hour later, this one comes in. So I don't know if this is the one that spooked it, and they came from the same direction. But this is a pretty nice male bear. It's not a bear that I would shoot on the first night. I would definitely consider shooting it maybe on the third night. But you can get away with anything right now with his head in a barrel like it is. I hate to do this to you, but this video's getting a little bit long, and we got another 5 hours. He's looking at me. Yeah, he's all right. We got almost 5 hours left here, and this video's getting a little bit long, so we'll see you on tomorrow's video. This is where we left off yesterday with this bear. The second bear I've seen here on the first night in the Duck Mountains, and the fact that he's so comfortable in here, sticks his head in that barrel. There he just looked out, but he's not really nervous, and he's not a really big bear. He's up maybe mid 200s. Be well over 300 in the fall, I'm sure. But he's not acting like he is really afraid of a bigger bear on this bait. Still super windy. It's 30 right now. Something's making it dangerous right now. So windy I can hardly hold the camera steady. So for the first time he's acting just kind of edgy. So there might be a bigger bear somewhere nearby. It's 5:30 now. It doesn't get dark till after 10, so we got a lot of time left. It's not a bear I would shoot on the first night, but depending on how the next couple days go, I would consider shooting him on the maybe third night. It's very cold out here, but spring hunts can be like that, and I don't know, I think it actually got over 50 degrees, but this wind really makes it so I'm very glad I'm layered up. We'll just kind of watch this bear and see what develops over the rest of the evening. Thanks for riding along with me tonight. that one is one I would definitely shoot after a day or two. Boy, he's long. I really want to look over there bad, but I better not move. Whoa. I'd say whatever's coming must be bigger. I was not expecting that. So that big bear was here for a better part of an hour. And he got all nervous, and I'm like, man, whatever's coming in must be really, really big. Oh, here comes another one. But in game, this one here, that's like, this is like the second smallest one I've seen tonight. I don't know. Here comes it. I think it's at 300 coming back. I'm gonna see if I can. Alright, we might have a fight. Okay, now the big one's chasing off that one. Alright, who's in charge here? Wow, check this out. Let's see if I can show you that. There. Wow, that's nice. He's got one of my video cameras, so I guess you're gonna see that hunt. You know, what just happened is a really good example of why I like to spend time in the stand and hunting bears and not just shoot on the first night, because that one is over 300 pounds. It's a really, really nice bear. Oh, he's right down here below me right now. So I got to watch quite a bit of interaction here. So another big bear came in. I think he's over there rubbing a tree right now. I think it is the 6th bear I saw tonight, but it might be the 7th. I kind of lost track. But as soon as this big bear that was at the bait saw him, they just started posturing, and I got to witness quite a bit of interaction. One bear would walk down some bushes, and then the other one would walk down some bushes, and then one of them would back up against a tree and rub its back and bite the bark, and the other one would do that, and then they'd kind of walk stiff-legged, and they just were kind of posturing and romping around, chasing each other just a little bit for the last 15 minutes here. And they're both really, really nice bears. That's the 300-pounder over there. So the one that just walked by me, he's not as heavy, but he's a little bit taller. They're both really nice mature male bears, and I got to see quite a display over the last 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm really glad I decided not to shoot that bear right off the bat. Well, that was an exciting evening. I got about 15 minutes of legal shooting light left here, and I think we got bears all around us. But we're not going to shoot a bear tonight. It's pretty clear. Wow! Whose is that?
That's mine.
Oh, that's yours.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a beautiful bear, man. The head looked a little bit different on the text you sent me. Nice.
A little on the chest too.
Yeah, that's nice. This is a brown
This is a chocolate.
chocolate, yeah.
Wow. This one's yours, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't pass them up, Ernie.
No, I wouldn't. If I were you.
I was saying I'm looking for a bigger brown, you know. And he looked big to me, and he was brown, and I'm like, 3 hours into the hunt, what do I do? But I was managing 2 cameras, you know.
Yeah, did you get a good video of it?
Yeah.
How about you? Yeah, awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
Alex, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris, you didn't find yours, huh? Huh. Gosh, look at that. That one right there, I bet that one looks really red in the sunlight.
Yeah, the camera footage is pretty good of him.
So I saw 7, and I saw the most crazy interaction between those 2 bigger ones. They were back and forth, and one of them would back his back up against a tree and rub and bite the tree, and then the other one would do the same thing, and then one of them would, like, you know how they walk down bushes? They'll walk over a bush, and one of them would do that, and then the other one would, and then they would be like strutting like this, and the other one would do it. It was really something. Guys, a little after 3 here, and the end of legal shooting light is about 10:15, but it's overcast and just as windy, maybe even more windy than yesterday. 6 to 7 hours in this, it's just a marathon. It's brutal, but I'm at the same bait I was at yesterday, and I think I'm pretty sure if that first really nice bear, 300 poundish bear with a really heavy bear with a nice coat on him, either one of those two big and mature males, yeah, I'm not going to hesitate. It's only the second night, but tie a bow around this thing. There is rain in the forecast, so I'm completely layered up, plus I got my rain gear on top of it. I think I saw 7 bears last night. It could have been 6, but I think it was 7. So one guy wounded one, just winged it really, and I don't think it was a killing shot. And then another guy killed a black one. Alex shot a beautiful cinnamon, and he got it on video with one of my cameras, which is pretty cool for me and for you, because I'm going to be able to bring that hunt to you. And then Tim killed a chocolate, and it was about a 200 pounder, and I'm going to also bring that to you because he filmed it for me. It's pretty nice when these guys are followers of the channel and they say, yeah, I'll shoot a video for you so you can play it for your viewers. That's pretty cool. Nice of them to do that. So here we are in the Duck Mountains of Manitoba, and typical weather for when I'm here, man. I just bring the bad weather. But the bears don't care that much, so we're gonna kill one of them. Thanks for riding shotgun with me. Had a pretty steady rain for about the last hour and a half, and I can assure you that rain and 39 degrees is pretty unpleasant. But the good news is when the rain started, the wind laid down. It seems like it's breaking up. At least it's stopped raining for now. There's still quite a bit of water dripping off the trees, but I do know that a really good time to be in the stand is after a rain, when the rain quits. So I'm hanging in there. They might get bear hunting legalized in Florida. You sign me up for that. I've never had that happen before. Holy cow. Well, that was bizarre. That was a complete cluster. I hit the bow hanger, took the bow off the hanger, but when I drew, the top limb of it hit the hanger. It just kind of hung up on there. So I let that back down, and then he was nice and broadside, and when I got it back here, got the kisser button in my cheek, I was having trouble with this. I'm so bundled up. When I finally felt like I settled the pin and was ready to shoot, I shot and it hit him, it looked like in the spine, or maybe even the shoulder blade. I'm not sure exactly where. So I hurried up and grabbed another arrow and shot him again. That one I think went through both lungs. He instantly broke it right off. Well, it'll be interesting to see when we open him up and find out where those arrows hit. But we got us a bear to skin, Pilgrim. I spine shot him. He's laying right beside the barrel. I'm sorry you had to see that. That's the other big one. The one that followed this one in, I thought was the other big one since they're always together, but it actually wasn't. It was the same one that was here a little bit ago. It was here for a couple hours. Jeez. He just doesn't want to leave. I thought when I banged that barrel we were done with him.
Another one right here.
Is it really?
At least I think that is. Just straight behind this poplar tree there. Just straight ahead.
Yeah, there's a black spot there. It might be another one yet. Well, let's get him loaded up and get out of here.
I'm gonna have to watch and skin this one here because I don't know where the arrowheads are.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both broken off in him.
Yeah.
You know how to get my That ain't right. It says 239. You must not have zeroed it or something. Well, it's following morning here and had some time to process this, and I'm not proud of the shot. I hit a little high, and the broadhead did penetrate the edge of the scapula, and I think the broadhead is in the spine, or at least it definitely is in the lungs. We're going to open it up here in a little bit and do basically a necropsy on it, but even though the shot was off a little bit and I kind of botched it up, it had the intended effect, and I think the bear would have died fairly quickly if I hadn't put another arrow in it, but I really didn't want to take the risk that he might get up and run off, and so I put a second arrow in it right away while I had the chance. Well, this has been an awesome hunt, but I got to tell you, last night I was so sure this bear was a 300-pound bear. When we got back to camp and we put it on a scale and they raised it up and the scale said 239 pounds. And I'm like, I think you forgot to re-zero the scale or something. So I actually had him drop it back down, zero the scale and raise it back up, and it weighed 239 pounds. I was so sure it was a 300-pound bear. Of course, the excuse I guess I could use is that spring bears, they have a lot more fur and no fat to speak of, so they always look bigger than they weigh. You'd think as many bears as I've shot and as many bears as I've handled that I'd be better at guessing them, but I'm not. So I guess I'll have to accept that the bear weighed 239 pounds. So anyway, I'm really glad you followed along on this, and we got one more vlog coming because we've got the hunts for Alex and Tim that I'm going to show you coming up. So appreciate you following along, appreciate you being a part of this channel and supporting me in the things that I do, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, guys, as I promised, I got a couple hunts here from Canadian Wilderness Outfitters, and both Tim and Alex, I gave them one of my cameras, and so they filmed their hunts for you. Thank you for doing that. They're both viewers of the channel, and I appreciate their willingness to take the trouble to video their hunts. So we're going to show those. We're going to go into Tim's first. Tim is from Minnesota, and he came up here hoping to shoot a chocolate bear, and the first night he had a pretty good sized chocolate in front of him, and didn't take him long to decide. So we'll just go on right into that right here.
Got my brown phase, color phase. First night. Unbelievable. Perfect shot. Went 30 yards. Dust mound. Can't ask for anything better. I couldn't pass him up. It was the color I wanted, and he looked big to me.
Well, we'll come back for it then.
Just leave it right here. Just take the time. We'll walk her. Maybe we could went from here.
I don't see much for blood here, you know?
No.
Attach a tag to the back of the leg, and now we're moving on. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Get a thumbs up.
A thumbs up for the bear in the kill, and a thumbs down because my hunt is over.
All right, let's go get the other guys out of the bush. There's other bears down.
Yes, sir.
So Alex and Andrew hunted with me in Minnesota, and then they came up to be on this hunt here. Alex shot his bear the first night. Andrew, it's day 3 here, and he hasn't shot yet, but he saw nice bears both days. One of them was a pretty big one, and he just didn't get a shot at it. He's bow hunting, and he was waiting for the right shot. So this is day 3. He's going to go back in there and try to capitalize on that big bear if he comes back for the 3rd night in a row. We also have other guys in camp. Well, there's only one guy besides Andrew that hasn't got his bear yet, and it's only day 3 here. So let's talk about Alex's hunt. Alex, I don't know that he really had specific desires of what bear he's going to shoot when he come up here, but the very first night he had an absolute gorgeous cinnamon walk right in, and is a pretty big bear too. And it didn't take him long to decide what to do. It was like just bam, bam, here's a bear and let's kill it. And I tell you what, I would have loved to shoot that bear. I've often said that I'm interested in upgrading my cinnamon into a little bit bigger model, and this bear would have been the perfect one to do that with. He shot just a gorgeous bear. So let's go right into that hunt.
Well, it's Monday, May 19th. Me and my brother Andrew are up here with Canadian Wilderness Outfitters, Scott Smith. Beautiful day out right now. It's about 3:40. Our guide Marty and Andrew just dropped me off at the site, and we'll see what this evening brings. Hopefully I can get some action on film. It's a little breezy right now, but the sun has been shining, and hopefully the wind will die down as this evening progresses, but we'll see what this evening brings. Stay tuned. Boy, did that happen a lot faster than I anticipated. It's about 4:25 right now, and I haven't been in the stand an hour. I didn't expect to see much till the wind died down, but had a really nice color-phased bear come in, and you know, he's going to make a heck of a hide. Luckily, he didn't go too far from where he was shot. I want to thank Scott Smith and of course my brother Andrew for coming with me up here. Sometimes hunts do go fast, and it's nice to have Bernie, and there's another group of guys from Minnesota here as well. And anyone who doesn't follow Bernie, you should definitely follow his videos. He puts excellent content out, and he's the one that referred us to come up and visit Scott up here in beautiful Manitoba, and so far couldn't be happier. I've seen 2 other bears so far, and it's about 6 o'clock now. The ones that are downwind of me, they're catching my wind. Luckily the one that I got was coming from my left, and if he went further to the right, he would have caught my wind too. But hopefully Marty can do a quick drive-by and I can flag him down, let him know I got one. Well, we'll call this all a success.
All right, thanks for viewing these videos. I really appreciate it, and congratulations to these guys. We've got some more videos coming up here, and then we'll also hopefully see you at the bear show at the end of July. So thanks for being a part of this channel, and we will see you on the next video.